Well, the European champions now officially have a shot at making it world champions after the Lionesses officially qualified for the World Cup. Sophie Lawson saw them officially do it up against Austria, who we know are no pushovers in Austria, especially. Sophie, a 2-0 win for the Lionesses. I think this is what everybody expected. But of course, Sarina Wiegman was forced to make a number of changes, which she doesn't normally like. But what impressed you the most about this win, their first since lifting the Euros title?
They didn't look like they had to hit top gear. I thought they took the lead early, which always great to do. But everything they did, they looked so comfortable. They looked relaxed. But they looked like if Austria had plucked a goal or two out somewhere, and England said, "We're going for the win," they would have had it in the tank. They would have the players off the bench. They would have just had something there.
And as I said, Sarina Wiegman had to make some changes, forced changes. We know she doesn't like to tinker, but again, with the retirements of Jill Scott and, of course, Ellen White, the record goal scorer, those are not easy shoes to fill. But from what we saw coming off of the bench during the Euros, we know that they are in good hands. Alessia Russo as well getting on the score sheet. Did she look just as impressive as she did during the Euros?
At the risk of drawing some ire, she didn't. But I think the thing to remember with this squad is their pre-season. Like, they had a long summer. They've come back to their clubs. They're gearing up for the new season. They're not going to be, as polished as they were at the Euros. But I thought, for a rare start for Russo, she did well. She scored. She was making a nuisance of herself, which is what you want your attackers to do.
Exactly. It's what you want your attackers to do. And we know that they have been great in attack, scoring a number of goals under Sarina Wiegman. It was great to hear from Sarina Wiegman as well after that match. And she seemed just as giddy and happy as she was when she officially lifted the Euros title. But she said, that they're as confident as ever. And why not? Looking at this record that they have since Wiegman came in to World Qualifiers last September, it's almost like, how much better can you see them getting? Or would you say they are in the perfect place to really challenge for that World Cup title, or even challenge the US just next month?
Well, they're breaking new ground. They ended so many years of immature over the summer. But the World Cup is a completely different prospect. It's a longer tournament. They won't have the home advantage. But I think what they've done is still unbeaten under Wiegman, is they've just got the room to grow and keep taking the steps they need to take. Because now they've qualified, now they've just got to see how they can bridge the gap with a team like the US, who, when they get their hand a little bit on the trophy, they just don't let go.
Well, we spoke about the little changes that Sarina Wiegman has had to make because of the retirements as well of some big names, some names that have been brought in, Katie Zellum as well, Lauren James. I know they're so exciting in the WSL. People are just so tempted to throw them on to see what they can do in this Lionesses squad. What are you expecting from them, and how do you expect Sarina Wiegman to use them between now and the World Cup?
That's the second question is a tricky one, because we know when Wiegman hammers down that 11, it's very tough for any player to make their case. But that was with the Netherlands. England, again, is a new prospect for a coach who herself is still developing, still growing, still learning. With players like Lauren James and like Evan Salmon, who is having a fantastic season in the US right now, I'm kind of just expecting that youthful exuberance that, look, I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm going to go out and be good. Like that kind of source coming through, I think, is what I'm expecting to see from them. But it's all about how much they play and if they can start creating partnerships with their teammates in the squad, which is never necessarily an easy thing.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.